Hey everybody, today I'm going to be going over how we do an initial startup on a Harley-Davidson Sportster that we've just recently done a bunch of top-end work on it. This one here, I've gone ahead and redid the jugs and everything on it and thrown a set of cams in it. Now we're going to be doing the initial startup. The reason why we have to do the initial startup a special way is to make sure that everything's getting lubricated and prevent damage on that first initial ride. So I'll go ahead and show you what we're going to do over here on the other side. All right, so this is simple enough here. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and disconnect our spark plug wires. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that right there. The reason we're doing that is we don't want the bike to actually start. We just want to use our starter to get our oil pump going and circulate oil throughout the bike. All right, so here I'm going to go ahead and explain what exactly happens when we start the bike without the spark plugs hooked up. All right, so what's going to happen here is we're going to have our starter here. It's going to energize, it's going to turn, and it's going to turn the bike over. Whenever it turns the bike over, that's when we're going to have our crank moving. When our crank starts moving, there's a pinion gear on there, and that connects directly to your oil pump, which is located right here. So what this is going to do is this is just going to pump up this oil and get it moving all throughout the bike. All right, so now that I explained how the oil pump works, we're going to go ahead and get this bike started up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our key in our ignition, turn it to ignition, right? Not going to worry about our choke. Spark plugs are disconnected, so we're not worried about that. We're not actually going to try and run the bike. We're just going to try and get that starter to move so we can get that oil start circulating. We're going to do this couple times here just to get it going. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what I like to do. I like to do 5 1-second bumps. That should get the oil circulated pretty good and going. That means we've got our lifters all pumped up. You got your oil coming up here to your heads. Your heads are getting nice and lubricated, and we should be good to do an actual full-blown startup. So now we're going to go ahead and reconnect the spark plug wires and get this bike started for the first time. All right, so pretty self-explanatory here. Go ahead and hook your spark plugs back up how they should be. And we're going to go ahead and turn on our fuel, get that going. We got that all sorted out. We're going to go ahead and get this bike started. We're going to pull out our choke, turn on our ignition, make sure our switch is on and we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and start this thing up. This bike runs really, really cold. I normally have to ride around the block for a while after startup, so I'll probably just be keeping the choke out for now until I get a chance to actually go and ride it. All right, so thanks for tuning in today. I hope you learned something. I will say, forgot to say this at the front of it, whenever I do build these Sportster motors up, I make sure to use assembly lube on the cams, the valve train, the rockers, the lifters, all that stuff. That way I know I got lube there to get it started. And then I also coat the inside of the cylinders with oil. That way I don't have to worry about the cylinder walls getting scored on that first startup. That's just to get it going for that first time, and then I make sure it gets all pumped up and we get our oil running through the bike before we actually get it started. Now, there's plenty of other ways to do this. There's, I'm sure, better ways. There's worse ways. This is how I've always done it for all of my Sportster builds, and I've never had a motor pop. This is how I do it on my race bikes, and they always last no problem. So I'm just going to keep doing it this way. Anyways, if you'd like to stay tuned to some stuff I have coming up, that'd be cool. I'm going to be doing a full Sportster build from the very beginning to the end, showing you, the viewers out there, how to go about taking a regular street Sportster and taking it out to go turn circles in the dirt with your friends at some of these flat track races throughout the country. Anyways, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.